The lesson of this story is simple yet profound. True strength is not in the blade that cuts, but in the heart that endures, forgives, and rises again from the ashes of defeat. When the world breaks you, do not shatter. Bend like bamboo in the storm, and let your inner light guide you back to purpose. In the shadowed valleys of ancient Japan, during the waning days of the Sengoku era, there lived a young samurai named Kaito of the fallen house Ashikaga. His clan had been crushed in a single night of betrayal, his lord slain by a rival daimyo's poisoned arrow, his family scattered or executed, his name branded Ronin. Kaito wandered the misty mountains alone, his once pristine armor cracked and bloodstained, his katana heavy with the weight of unavenged honor. Rage burned in his chest like forge fire. He dreamed only of revenge, of storming the enemy's castle gates and dying in a blaze of glory. One stormy evening, as lightning split the sky, Kaito sought shelter in a ruined temple atop Mount Haguro. There, beneath a crumbling torii gate, he found an old monk meditating in the rain. The monk was no ordinary priest. His robes were tattered, yet his posture was unbreakable, his eyes calm as still water. He was Master Renji, a former warlord who had renounced the blade after losing everything in the same wars that destroyed Kaito's clan. Renji had chosen the path of the wandering sage, teaching any soul willing to listen that the greatest battle is within. Kaito, soaked and furious, drew his sword halfway from his sheath. "Old man, move aside. This place is mine tonight." Renji opened his eyes slowly. The storm does not ask permission to rage, yet it passes. Why do you cling to yours? Kaito laughed bitterly. "You speak in riddles while my family lies in unmarked graves. I will have justice or death." Renji rose without haste, his movements fluid like wind through reeds. "Then strike me down. Prove your strength." Kaito lunged, blade flashing, but Renji stepped aside, not with speed, but with perfect timing, as if he had foreseen every muscle twitch. Kaito's sword met only air. Again and again he attacked, each strike faster, more desperate. Renji evaded without countering, his hands empty, his face serene. Finally, exhausted, Kaito collapsed to his knees in the mud, rain mixing with tears of frustration. "Why won't you fight?" Kaito roared. "Because fighting you would only feed the demon inside," Renji replied softly. "Your enemy is not the daimyo who betrayed you. It is the hatred that blinds you. True mastery is not defeating others. It is defeating the storm within." That night, Renji offered Kaito shelter and a simple meal of rice and pickled radish. Over flickering candlelight, the old master spoke of his own past, how he once sought vengeance after his castle burned, how he wandered as a blood-soaked Ronin, killing without mercy, until he realized each life taken only deepened his emptiness. In a moment of clarity atop the very same mountain, he had buried his sword and vowed to live for healing instead of harm. Kaito listened, skeptical at first. Days turned to weeks. Renji taught him not swordplay, but stillness, sitting zazen under waterfalls until his mind quieted, chopping wood with precise breath to build discipline, tending the temple garden to learn patience. Kaito resisted. His hands itched for the hilt, but slowly the rage began to crack. One dawn, as cherry blossoms drifted like snow, Renji handed Kaito a wooden bokken. Now defend yourself, not with anger, but with clarity." They sparred. Kaito moved with new grace, no longer wild. When Renji feinted, Kaito parried calmly. When the master pressed, Kaito yielded like water, then countered with controlled power. For the first time, Kaito felt the blade as an extension of his breath, not his fury. But fate is cruel to those who seek peace. Word reached the mountain that the daimyo who destroyed Kaito's clan was marching nearby. Kaito's old comrades, surviving Ronin, found him, begging him to join their final stand. "Honor demands it," they cried. "Die with us as samurai." Kaito stood at the temple gate, bokken in hand, torn between the call of vengeance and the quiet path Renji had shown him. Renji watched silently. "I could end it," Kaito whispered. "One strike, and my name would be cleansed in blood." Renji placed a hand on his shoulder. "Or you could choose a different legacy. The world remembers those who break cycles of hate. Live, Kaito. Teach what you have learned. Let your life be the blade that cuts through darkness, not adds to it." Kaito looked at the horizon where smoke rose from distant battles. He felt the pull of old oaths, the fire of pride, but deeper still burned something new, a flame of purpose born from stillness. He laid the bokken at Renji's feet. "I choose to live," he said, voice steady, "not as a ghost of vengeance, but as a guardian of what remains." Kaito walked down the mountain, not to fight, but to wander as a protector of the weak. He aided villages ravaged by war, mediated disputes with calm wisdom, and trained young orphans in the way of the blade, tempered by compassion. Years later, when the daimyo's army passed through, they found no resistance, only a lone figure in simple robes standing in their path. The daimyo recognized him. "You are the last of Ashikaga. Why do you not draw your sword?" Kaito met his gaze without fear. "Because I have already won the battle that matters. Strike me if you must. My honor is no longer tied to your death." The daimyo, moved by the quiet strength before him, lowered his weapon. For the first time in decades, he saw not an enemy, but a man who had transcended the endless cycle of revenge. He turned his army away, and peace settled over the valley like morning mist. Kaito lived to old age, his name whispered in tales of the Ronin who forgave. He never sought glory, only to show others that even when the world strips you bare, you can rebuild, not with steel, but with an unbreakable spirit. And so, in the wind through the bamboo groves, his lesson echoes. When broken, do not seek to break others. Seek to become whole again. For in forgiveness and perseverance is the greatest victory of all.